So guys, Keith Thurman mocks Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman was given an interview, and Keith Thurman basically said, you know, Pacquiao's not had anybody punch him in the face for a while. He goes, the thing is, Broner didn't land any punches. He goes, I'll be landing punches. And he goes, last time remember when you got put to sleep and Mama was crying? I thought that was very disrespectful from Keith Thurman. If you see his interview, I think it was with Fight Hype. You know, Keith Thurman talks a lot. He's a good fighter, Keith Thurman, but he does talk too much. He talks a bit too much for my liking. And I don't think he's as good as what he makes himself out to be. I think he's very vulnerable. I don't think his chin is the greatest. Yeah, he's undefeated, but I don't think he's fought a lot of top fighters yet. I think he's gonna start fighting the top fighters, you know, once he fights Spence, Crawford, Pacquiao, if he fights him. But I think Thurman talks a lot, but he's got to concentrate on his own performances, because he almost got knocked out to Lopez, a guy that's probably not even in the top 10 in the welterweight division. So I think Thurman's got to look at himself, and Thurman's got to start improving his performances, because there's a lot of these young cats out there that are looking at Thurman and looking at him as a very vulnerable champion right now. Guys like Errol Spence, guys like Crawford, guys like even Porter are probably licking their lips because they feel a fight with Keith Thurman means good money and an easy win. And I would even favour Pacquiao against him. I think Pacquiao is a very dangerous fight for Keith Thurman stylistically. I think the way Keith Thurman... If Keith Thurman performs the way he did against Lopez, he gets knocked out to Pacquiao. It's as simple as that. I favour Pacquiao on points in that one. If Thurman comes and fights a smart fight, I just feel Pacquiao's work rate and punch, his skill, I think will pay off. I don't think Thurman's the most skillful guy in the world, although he tries to make it out my defense, my skill, my movement, my punch power. Really, whenever he stepped it up, you know, his punch power has not been that devastating. You know, Lopez went 12 rounds with him. Canelo destroyed Lopez. You know, so I know people are going to say, well, Lopez is tough. Well, when Canelo fought him ages ago, Canelo battered him. So, butchered him, I should say. Whereas Thurman really struggled. Thurman could have been knocked out. Lopez was right that if it was another referee, maybe he would have stopped the fight in the round 7, because Thurman was all over the place. I do think Pacquiao's a bit more ruthless than that. I do think if Pacquiao gets you hurt, he will finish you. He's a very... got fast hands, you know, his combination punch is exceptional, extraordinary. And I just think that Thurman got away with a lot in that Lopez fight. I just don't think against Pacquiao he gets away with those things. So Thurman's got to be on point. Thurman's got to come prepared. I favour Pacquiao in the fight, in that fight. I just think Thurman, after that career-ending injury that he had, he's come back, and I'm not sure apparently there's rumours that he's hurt his hand again. I don't know. Terence Crawford's trainer, Bomac, said that he's hurt his hand again. So is Thurman injured again? Is he going to be out for a long time again? Who knows? But it looks to me like Thurman has suffered an injury that kept him out for so long. I just don't think he's going to be the same fighter. And him stepping up and fighting these top elite guys, I don't think it's going to go down very well for him, if I'm totally honest. I think it's going to be hard for him. I generally do. I think it's going to be very hard for him. But let's see. Let's see if Keith Thurman can get back to the top and prove a lot of people wrong. He'll be proving me wrong, because like I said, I don't think Keith Thurman is going to be able to beat guys like Manny Pacquiao right now after that injury, because I feel, I've said this before and I've given an example. When a footballer, for example, breaks his leg, he's probably never the same again, because when you have such an injury that's kept you out for so long, right? Firstly, that body part becomes weaker. So you're also fighting, when you're fighting someone like Thurman's fighting, or when you're playing football, you're going to be playing cautiously, because you know that area is weak. Same way, you know your elbow, your arm's weak, so you're going to be reluctant to throw the right hand, or you're going to be reluctant to throw it a certain way, and that's going to affect your performance. And I think when you're fighting elite level guys, the fight's hard enough as it is. For you to go in there with a bit of mental blockage, or you think that, you know what, my hand's hurting, I don't want to punch like this, and you're thinking like that, you're making it your life very difficult. You know, we saw an example with Kell Brook with his eye sockets. You know, he's probably never been the same fighter after the Golovkin loss. And I do think for Keith Thurman it's going to be the same thing. I think when Keith Thurman steps up, and psychologically he's going to play, you know, is gonna play on his mind. You know, I heard that, you know, his hand was hurting in the Lopez fight, although he didn't admit to it. And that's why after a couple of rounds, after 4, 5, 6 rounds, Thurman started throwing, stopped throwing as many punches. You know, his right hand wasn't throwing as much. So, you know, these things play a part when you've been injured, and when you've had an elbow injury or shoulder injury or whatever Thurman had. You know, his injury wasn't publicized. They said it was elbow, but elbow is a key part, because elbow, you know, if that's hurting you, you're going to find it difficult to throw punches. So, you know, I find it very difficult for Keith Thurman to reach the top again, because I feel like the welterweight division has got killers in that division. And I just don't see Keith Thurman coming back. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Keith Thurman will find a way, and maybe Keith Thurman will get back to the top. But leave your thoughts, guys, and let me know what you think about Keith Thurman trying to mock Pacquiao. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like and share and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.